Hi, and welcome to Drill Bits. I'm Drill.
And I'm Lizzy Styles.
And welcome. Today, people, we're lucky as we have the first ever female on Drill Bits, Lizzy Styles.
It's because I'm the best.
How's you going, Lizzy?
Not too bad, how are you?
Not too bad. I did a carnival. Got a bit of sunburn.
Yeah.
Burn like a ginger. So, yeah.
I'm still browner though.
I'm trying to fill myself with tattoos. I'm getting there. I'm turning myself like blacky blue or something.
Yeah, you're almost there. You are.
What have you been up to today?
I got out of bed at 12 o'clock.
Oh, I don't want a life story.
You asked me what I've been up to today.
Well, I went to bed and then I washed my face and teeth and I had some cereal.
To be honest, I haven't had today.
Why? Try to look slim.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest.
Does it actually work that way or because it just blows you up then?
No, I go skinny when I haven't had for a day.
That's alright.
But later I'm just going to eat so much, like after I've wrestled. So the only thing I've done today is got out of bed at 12 and then came here.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you're wrestling today? And where are you?
I'm in Denby Town Hall for BWP and I'm wrestling April Davids.
Have you wrestled it before?
Never. I'm so looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. That was my next question then.
Yeah.
So what are you looking to get out of this match?
To win it.
To win it?
Yeah.
Do you hope you're going to win?
I watched it like when I first started wrestling and I was like, I want to wrestle April Davids. So I'm going to beat April Davids.
Awesome. Well, let's get the boring questions out of the way first. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
First question. Who trained you? And what age did you start training at?
I started training when I was 13.
Wow.
13. And just turned 13 and I was trained in Runcorn Wrestling Academy. At first it was, you know, Des Robinson.
Yeah.
And it was so fun, like the first few months. And then a lad, you know Andy Baker, he came back from America, I think he went. And then everything just like, you know when you feel like you get bullied at somewhere? That's how I felt. I felt like I was like, there was one time I couldn't take the ring down because I had to go to hospital. And they've got like a training page and it's like, where they post a load of shit about everyone basically. And they just said, if it weren't directly to me, but it was hinted at me without me naming it, and he just said, those who won't help take the ring down, why are you even here? And, you know, shit like that. And I was thinking, fuck off. So I stuck it out for a couple of months, and then in the end I just had enough. As soon as you start getting more work outside of the training academy, they don't really like you. So I just left.
So you trained for a couple of months?
I trained a
couple
of months after. Like I felt like I was getting bullied. I was there for a good 2 years. I've been training altogether now 5 years, and I spent 2 years there, and now I've just been out.
So how long have you been on the show then, after your training?
I trained for a full year before they put me on a training show. And then my first outside booking was in Coventry. That was a year and a half after my first debut. So I've been active on shows for long.
So, how did you feel when you had your first wrestling match?
I'd never really wrestled anyone outside the training, so I was like a bit nervous. And I was like researching the girl who I was wrestling and I was so scared because she was like...
Who was it?
Nadia. You know Nadia? She's like one of my good friends now. I really like her like more than most girl wrestlers. She's not that bitchy like the rest of them. She's like just so laid back. So but at first I was like, I didn't know how she was going to take me, and I was fairly new, but I enjoyed it. I was scared obviously, but I enjoyed it more than anything.
How did that match go? Was it terrible?
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, it was awful. Her side of it wasn't that good because I was fairly new and I didn't know like anything about wrestling properly. You just gain experience from shit like that though, so.
So, did you train at any other wrestling school?
I went down to, after I left RWA, I went to Infinite. Yeah. And I've trained there ever since, and it's made me better, so.
How often do you train there?
3 days a week if I can, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Get trained by John Kelly every Monday and Friday, and Danny Hope Thursday. And it's always good fun. Like at Runcorn, you couldn't mess about. Like if you spoke while there was something going on, you get squats for it. Like obviously you're supposed to pay attention, but you're there to have a laugh as well as like. And they didn't let you, so.
Didn't really have any training
No.
matches either, did they?
No, you couldn't learn from training there because they did the same things every single week. And you wrestling they don't really bring anyone in outside of the training, so you're not learning from wrestling other people.
I've noticed that myself.
Yeah.
So, so did you learn anything when Andy Baker?
Yeah, I learned stuff I needed to, like the basics of bumping and feeding and running ropes and stuff like that. I can't necessarily say it's the worst place to train because it made me a wrestler and it's made me who I am. But now I wouldn't go back there.
No. So
I did learn from it, yeah.
So what's different to the training at Infinite that is at RWA?
RWA you do cardio, so that's the only thing different because at Infinite you only do a bit you do a load when Danny's there, but John doesn't really do. But you do different shit every week with John and Danny. You're not doing the same roll, bump, and then running international drills every week. And he says, what would you want to do? So you've got your own say, and if you need to work on anything, you can. But at Runcorn, it's just the same stuff every week, and you're not learning from shit like that. So I just when I train with Danny now, he says, is there any moves that you want to learn, or do you need anything added to your shine when you come back? So even if you need anything, he helps you. You can do that at Runcorn.
Cool. So, since you've left RWA and spread your wings a bit, have you noticed any difference in being booked? Have more opportunities come?
I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to slag the place out because it's made me a wrestler. But when I used to train there and I used to go places, they'd say, where'd you train? And I'd say, Runcorn. And they'd go, oh, you need to go off from Runcorn. But I didn't really listen. And since I've left there, I've wrestled in many places. Only because if you get a booking, if you're in Runcorn, you have to
ask permission.
More or less, yeah. Yeah. And I don't think that's right.
No.
Because it's your money, it's your work, so why should you ask for permission?
Exactly. It's like stifling you, isn't it? But let's not slag RWA. No. It has done some good.
Yeah, it has.
So what wrestling companies do you wrestle for?
Not many. I wrestle for Megaslam mainly. They're a touring company, so they travel everywhere and they get work all the time. So you try not to limit yourself to one promotion, but they give you so much work that it's unreal. So I prefer Megaslam to anyone else that I wrestle for. I wrestle for Coventry Pro Wrestling, Just Do Wrestling. I think they're the only three. Infinite Wrestling.
How did you get onto Megaslam?
One of my good mates was wrestling there, Daniel Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was one of my good mates, and then I think he put me forward to Brad because Brad wanted female wrestlers. And then I wrestled for Brad in Prestatyn, Pontins. And then from there, Brad just used me ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Does that give you confidence?
Yeah. I watched one of my first matches at Megaslam a week ago with the girl I wrestled, and the difference is just unreal. The way I was selling everything was just so shit. The feeding to different places was so off as well. It was just awful. You learn from it though. It's a good experience.
Yeah. Alright, really cool. Let's go away from wrestling for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about what you do outside of wrestling. So what are you into?
No. The gym.
The gym.
That's what I do. Sometimes I don't even do that.
You don't even go to the gym sometimes?
Well, I used to go every single day.
Yeah.
And then I took time off for a reason. And then I just, you know when you fall out of love with it? I'm getting back into it now though. I go to the gym and family time. I like spending time with family more than anything else.
So you don't do nothing? So you're just boring?
Yeah. I'm boring. That's all I do, go to the gym and spend time with family.
What do you do at the gym?
Every time I start off with cardio, like I'll do a run and then I'll do like the steps. And then I'll have set days where I'll do my back and then I'll do my arms, legs. You know, so it spreads it out and you're not in every single place after one day at the gym. So I just do set days and I have one day off.
1 day off? It's a lot of
Well, I go Monday to Friday.
Right.
And then sometimes I don't wrestle all weekend, so I have like Sunday off. I always take Sunday off the gym. So I just eat loads of shit on Sunday.
Is that your cheat meal?
Yeah.
Cheat day?
Every Sunday of every month.
What's your favourite food you eat?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Why? It's messy.
It gets all on your chin.
You eat it about. You're like, oh! And then you get it in your ear, you get all the sauce everywhere.
Yeah.
It's all down your t-shirt. You've got spaghetti down your top. You're like, oh!
I like out of all food, spaghetti bolognese, but I like pizza.
No, pizza.
Yeah, I love having pizza. Or noodles.
Noodles. Which kind of noodles? Like pot noodles or...
I like pot noodles as well, but like the ones that I don't know how you make them because I only have them on with the juice and he makes them.
You know about the noodles that are in a pack and then he sticks them hot water in?
Yeah, I think they call them like blue dragon noodles or something like that, yeah.
I know what you mean.
I don't know though. I don't know how to make them properly.
You just put hot water in. That's it, and then leave it for a few minutes.
No,
Same as toast.
every time I make them, they taste like shit. They're not nice.
It probably doesn't put any sauce on for you. The powder.
You have to add soy sauce yourself, and I do it, but it's all like...
Sauce.
Yeah, I used to say that until I tried it.
I've had soy sauce, but it's still horrible.
I love soy sauce now. I have.
Just put some ketchup on
Nah. I only like ketchup on like burgers.
it. Burgers.
Yeah, like a cheeseburger
Yeah.
from Mackey's.
So you're not into anything else, and no? You know a secret? Hang on, alright. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
What's a guilty pleasure?
Well, I have a guilty pleasure, I like to take that. I shouldn't do, but I do. And now I'm starting to like Justin Bieber. I shouldn't,
yeah.
but I am.
Do you know what? I used to be worse when I was younger for Justin Bieber. I still like
What's at your age?
I still like listening to him now, but I don't go as mad as I used to. I like listening to old songs when they're doing new songs.
How old?
Like way old, like Tracy Chapman and shit like that.
Okay.
What? You don't know who Tracy Chapman is? What about... See, I can sing the songs, but I just don't know the people who sing them.
Is it 80s music?
Maybe. I don't know. I like Westlife and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not old really, is it?
A bit.
Not really.
Have you brought any songs up recently?
Not since last year.
Oh, I didn't know they brought them up last year.
But didn't know Robbie Williams was it last year? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I
don't even know the words. I don't listen to the words. I just like the sound of it. So.
That's my guilty pleasure. Westlife.
Do you collect anything?
No, I'm not a geek.
You're not a geek?
No.
You're not a typical geeky wrestler?
I'm more a geeky wrestler now. I don't collect comics and shit like that.
You
No.
I'm not going to ask how old you are, but it's nobody's business. Well, you're quite young.
Yeah.
You're just over 20 now, I think.
Not even 20 yet.
Oh, you're not even 20?
No.
So, my question is to you. You've been in a few relationships now. How have you found being in relationships while wrestling?
Only 2.
Is it?
In wrestling?
I don't mean going out with wrestlers, I mean, why you've been wrestling? Relationships?
Yeah, 2 relationships.
You've only had 2 relationships while you've been wrestling?
Yeah, and the first one's not even like, I wouldn't even class that as a relationship.
Don't talk about that.
No, I don't.
We won't mention that.
No, fuck that. No, the other one is like... What?
Can I mention who you're with?
Yeah.
So you're with CJ Banks?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Really good.
Because he's quite older than you, isn't he?
Yeah, really old.
He's not older than me.
How old are you?
27.
And when are you 28?
Right?
When are you 28?
In about 3 months.
He is older than you.
Is it? I thought he was a year younger than me.
28 next month.
Don't tell that.
Oh.
Sorry, Juice. She's spoiled it though. So what's it like being with an older man? From being with immature?
I prefer being with someone who's older than me to look after you.
I bet.
The other one didn't, but this one does.
What's it like being with the megastar that CJ is? Does he get you more bookings?
No, never. To be honest, I wouldn't expect him to. I'm not willing to get me bookings, but I think there was one time when like I've been with him and someone asked like bring Lizzy to a show, but I was scheduled to be in Japan at the time, so I never really done it. He wrestles every weekend, so he doesn't really have any time off. So it's a bit odd to see each other. But most of the time we're wrestling together on Mega Slams, so we're always with each other.
That's alright. So you just mentioned Japan.
Oh yeah.
What happened there? Because you got booked and then it didn't end up working out and you came back. What happened there?
When they asked me to go over, I didn't have like a passport ready, I didn't have anything. Everything was last minute, and I got my passport I think like 2 weeks before I was supposed to fly out. So they didn't have time to get me a work visa before I got there. And then I said, because I know a few girls are going over in July, so I said, can I just go in July with the rest? Because then it's easier for a work visa, no one's getting messed around then. And he said, just come now, we'll sort a work visa when you get here. So I filled like this form in for a work visa over email. And they was like, we'll have it before your first show, we'll have it before your second show. And the story kept changing, and then money was fucked around a few times as well. So I was told I would get paid extra for living out there, which is nice of them obviously, because you don't really have to, just so I wasn't spending wages. And they didn't really do that for me. And I felt like, because you're on your own, you feel like you won't really ask. So I just, in the end, I got fed up, because they didn't, I think they said to me after I asked the second time about a work visa, you have to fly to Korea. I'm not fucking flying to Korea. And then in the end I just got fed up, because it was like, they said you'll have, on a message they said I'd have a translator, because I couldn't speak any Japanese at all.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to work the money. I probably got robbed over there for money because I didn't have a clue. And they didn't provide anything that they said they would. It wasn't professional at all. No. And not from all the girls that I've been over have been successful in it.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm young.
Yeah. So I did actually happen.
I think I did like an interview. It was just a writing one, and a question was like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And I really wanted to wrestle in Japan at the time, so I just thought, I just want a chance to wrestle in Japan. And I think 2 weeks after that, I had a message asking was I interested. But I didn't think that anything had come from it. So he said, we've had the likes of Viper and Kaylee Ray and Nikki Storm. So I messaged Viper and Kaylee Ray about it. She said, yeah, it's a real promotion and stuff like that. So I just agreed to it in the end, and then that's all happened. That was made up at first, until I got over there.
So you've got a strong following of a few fans.
Yeah.
Who, I won't mention their names, but they love you to bits. The few fans that follow you everywhere. What do you think of it? How does it make you feel?
Good. It makes me feel good because like my wrestling's doing. Well, I think it's my wrestling.
You think it's wrestling?
My wrestling's doing.
Oh, what else is it going to be?
My wrestling's doing well for people, so people support my wrestling. I think it feels good in a way.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start wrapping this up now.
Yeah.
Last few questions. Are you ready?
Okay.
Favourite match you've ever been in?
I've ever been in? Wrestling CJ Banks.
You've wrestled CJ Banks? In a ring? Not at all?
No. No, in a wrestling ring.
How did that come about?
Like we were on camps and...
Was it an intergender match? A tag match?
Yeah. No, it was the very first time I ever wrestled for Megaslam was in a tag match, and it was me and Terry Izzet versus Darla Black and CJ Banks. And I remember it was so, like, it wasn't bad, but like, I didn't shave my armpits that day, right? And then he put me in an abdominal stretch, and I could was saying like, these armpits, I was like, fuck's sake. And that was the first time I ever spoke to him properly. And then I wrestled him, like, since we've been together at camps. Singles matches.
Is that the most embarrassing moment?
Yeah, because then Brad come backstage and was like, you need to shave your fucking armpits in front of everyone.
Do you have any bad habits?
What's bad habit? No.
Or did you pick your nose in front of people or bite your toenails? I don't know.
I'm known on Megaslam for farting a lot. Like, that's my bad habit in front of everyone. I don't give a shit to go with, I'll just fart. If you need to fart, then fart.
Oh dear. That's bad, that. What's favourite match you've ever seen?
I've ever seen.
Have you seen anything?
Any Randy Orton match.
Why?
No, I'm kidding.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really watch old wrestling that much, so I'm not going to go with an old wrestling match. I'm just going to say any Randy Orton match just because I like how he wrestles. And I like how he looks as well.
Well, that does my next question in one ask it anyway. Who's your favourite wrestler?
Randy Orton.
Why?
He was, from what I can remember when I was younger, he was the first wrestler that I ever watched. And I wouldn't miss it just because I wanted to watch him. So I grew older and I had like Randy Orton posters all around my room and Randy Orton cardboard cutouts. And
Did you used to kiss your cardboard cutouts?
No.
What the CJ making it?
I was on FaceTime to CJ and I moved the cutout out of it so he couldn't see it. And I put it over the other side of my room just because I don't want to throw it out. It's a childhood memory. And I don't want to get rid of it. So, and then my mum come in my room and I was on FaceTime and she's like, what's this doing here? And put it right behind my bed. And he's like, that's not Randy Orton. He's not, I don't think he's bothered. He's never said he's bothered.
Maybe not. He's probably just seen past it. So I can deal with this. Just. But, does he know you kiss it?
I don't kiss it anymore. I used to. I don't kiss it anymore.
Liar. I bet you kiss it before you go to bed.
I used to.
Bye, Randy. Stroke it.
I used to mean on like last week. I'm only kidding. No, I don't do it anymore. I used to.
Who would be your dream match to be against?
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, right.
I just think she's so good. From what I've seen. I don't really watch it that much anymore. But I remember watching her in Bailey. I just think she's so good. Really want to wrestle. I used to be AJ Lee. I used to want to wrestle AJ Lee.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Who would be your dream tag team partner?
Oh, Can it be male or
Can
like
be anyone.
anyone?
Anybody. Just pretend everyone's alive.
Oh, another one I want to wrestle Candice LeRae. You know.
No. Oh yeah.
But we're very tag prominent there. What did you say? Dead or alive?
Just pretend everyone's alive.
Okay. Do they have to be a wrestler?
No.
Michael Jackson?
Why?
I don't know.
He's a pedo.
He's not.
He is.
I've got experience with pedos. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding.
I've had it that bit out. I don't know how to do it, so it's staying on. It's tough.
Michael Jackson, definitely.
Why?
I just think it'd be cooler, like he could sing the entrance music.
But you've got that Nakamura who kind of dresses like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but it's not the same if it's not Michael Jackson. Is it?
No. Well, that was one question I was going to ask you. Before I ask you the last question. How do you think the state of women wrestling is? And what are your opinions on it?
I think women wrestlers, no one likes watching women wrestling, ever.
Yeah.
So
what do you feel that women wrestlers can do to change that opinion?
Learn how to wrestle.
Learn how to wrestle. Is that the biggest problem that a lot of women don't know how to wrestle?
No, a lot of women wrestlers don't know how to wrestle. I'm not saying I can wrestle because I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own opinions, but it's just like some people just don't have a clue and rush them to get into wrestling, and then they make the person they're wrestling look absolutely shit.
Yeah. See, I see it as like, women do it, it's like, nothing doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like they don't lay anything in, they're a bit scared.
I think, I spoke to Ringo Ryan about this, you know, Ralph.
Yeah.
And he said to me, the problem is with women wrestlers is that they don't lay anything in. I was like, no, that's actually true. They just make a lot of shit, don't they? Yeah, so like, everyone calls me stiff. What is it?
What's wrong with being stiff?
I like being stiff.
I bet you do. Alright, last question.
Yeah.
Most important question. In fact, 2 questions left.
Okay.
Last question. Do you want to ask me a question? This is a new thing I'm going to do.
Oh.
Would you like to ask me a question?
Yeah. See, I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this. I've never, like, who'd be your tag partner?
Who about my tag team partner? I've already said this.
Oh, yeah.
But it will be.
Well, can I ask you another one then?
Go on.
What's your dream match?
What's my dream match? I'd be against Daniel Bryan.
Well then.
I've said this before, so. But he would be my dream tag team partner. And the reason why, as I've said this, because Daniel Bryan will make me look like $1 million. He can look what he did to Roman Reigns. He made it look amazing, and I think Daniel Bryan can make me look 10 times better. Plus, I can't do shit, and Daniel Bryan will just make the team look better. Full stop.
Yeah.
That's my reason why.
That's a good reason.
It just made me look amazing. Last question. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody who is starting to be a wrestler?
Go to a good training school. Don't grow an ego. I think most people grow an ego and then...
Yeah, after about 4 sessions.
Yeah, and then no one really likes them that much. And... learn to wrestle before you actually take booking.
Don't rush.
Yeah, don't rush into it. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I can't think of anything.
Alright then. Anything you want to plug?
Anything I'm trying to plug? No?
You want to plug anything? Any upcoming shows? Yeah, I think 3 weeks in advance.
Then no.
No, no t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm actually getting t-shirts.
No, yeah, go on, lad.
What did I say?
I'm getting t-shirts.
I'm getting t-shirts.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
What's on them? How much are they? Where can you get them?
I'm selling it for £12 and you just have to message me for one in your size.
How much is delivery? How are you going to sell them at the shows?
No, I'm not going to charge for delivery yet.
Cost you about £2 delivery.
No, well they're all going to come to me. I don't think there's like... No one who's asked for one is like, oh, I'm going to have to send it. They can just get them at shows. Yeah.
What's it say on the t-shirt? Come on, Lizzy!
It's like a cartoon character for me and it's got Lizzy Styles around there. I want to get the Princess of Wrestling on it because that's what I am.
Yeah. Why?
Because I'm a princess.
What makes you a princess?
I'm a princess.
Who says that?
CJ.
Anything else? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram?
Twitter is at Lizzy Styles 8, I think. Lizzy Styles 8. Instagram is Lizzy Styles _8. And Facebook is just Lizzy Styles.
There you go. Is that it?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
No.
You sure?
No.
Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. We had a laugh. I'm Drill.
And I'm Lizzy Styles.
I'll catch you down the road.